Yeah, actually, do you know what? I think if I saw a shoplifter, I'd like to think I would intervene and say, you know, that's you're breaking the law, no, and stop it. I mean, in an ideal world,
well, that'd tell them. Richard Tice, you with your family pack of cheddar, you're breaking the law. Stop it. Okay.
No, it's not that. It's when they're you know taking off shelf loads of stuff. And these feral gangs of youths, I think we've got to stop it now. In an ideal world, the police would be there, and there would be a proper deterrent, and people would know it's illegal. But here's the thing, Michelle, it's because of the lack of police presence, complete lack of the justice system putting away shoplifters. If people trusted the fact there was a real deterrent, then a lot of this nonsense, the shoplifting, the knife crime, would disappear.
Should that be the policing priority? Should they be in shops?
Broken windows, absolutely. You should have police on the high streets, not behind their desks, because you've got to have the sort of New York broken window style policy where you have zero tolerance for shoplifting, for graffiti, for antisocial behaviour, and then that actually, if you deal with that, then you get a sense of respect. People know if you're caught shoplifting, you're taken away, you're off the streets, you're out, you're gone, and your mates too. Then you get some respect.
Well, and your mates too.
No, then your mates know that there's a proper deterrent, there's a proper consequence to your illegal actions.
Look at this, what I'm showing you on the screen, everyone. If you're listening, not watching, take my word for it, right? What you're seeing is absolutely disgusting. These are young people. They are, sorry to be rude, but they are like animals. And then some of you will get in touch saying, don't insult animals. But I don't know who you think you are. They're going into this shop. They're jumping around on whatever display unit is, thinking they can nick whatever it is that they feel like grabbing. And off they go, running off. The security guard there, I mean, you know, I don't mean to be rude to him, but he's not really doing much stopping of the people there. What do you make to it all?
Well, people of all ages commit crime. I wouldn't single out one demographic group like young people. But I think my worry is a couple of things.
Come on, the pensioners are going out and jumping on display units and trying to nick plasma screens.
I agree it's unlikely, but one video doesn't amount to a whole...
Oh, that's not... Oh, come on.
Come on, Peter. It's all over the place. Everybody's seeing it in every high street in the country. It's a disaster.
Yeah.
Shoplifting has increased, that's a fact, but I'm saying I've no idea which demographic carries out most. Anyway, let's talk about...
Well, I bet my bottom dollar it's not the pensioners.
Well, of course not. Anyway, let's talk about what we're going to do about it. So I think we'd all like to be go heroes, and if we see someone breaking the law, we'd all like to intervene. That's perfectly reasonable. But as your clip showed...
But look at this as well. Who do you think you are? He's opening a bag, everyone. If you're listening, not watching, he's got like a hold all thing. My eyesight, I've got 4 eyes. I'm looking at this and I can't see what those items are. But he's in a fridge, picking and choosing whatever he wants, filling his bag with it. Look at him.
But, Michelle, would it be fair to say that shoplifting, which is often covert, is kind of over within seconds? I'd imagine if you're quietly in a supermarket doing your shopping and there's a kerfuffle and someone running off, the whole incident could be over in 30 or 60 seconds. I suspect people are going to be preoccupied. But take a step back to the actual politics. You know, David Cameron, if in 2010 he said, we're having austerity, we're cutting spending, we're closing police stations, but it's all right because you can do the arresting yourselves, I think we'd have laughed our head off at that, wouldn't we?
Well, I bet there's a segment of society out there that would quite like to get involved, actually, that would quite like...
well, join the police then, don't do it yourself.
No, actually, but this has been... You can have a citizen's arrest. It's been the law since, I think, 1967. Actually, do you know what? I think it's a bit of a sort of a social community thing. You want your community, your high street, your local folk to feel safe. You want these scumbags that are doing this stealing. You want them to actually to feel the consequences of their actions. What we've got, again, nanny state. If you touch someone, that's an assault. No, if you're breaking the law, if you're stealing, you're thieving, someone might feel your shoulder, and, you know, frankly, people have got to understand that communities up and down this country are sick and tired of it. We don't want it, and we want it sorted.
But would you sort it? That is the million-dollar question that I'm asking. Yeah, because I like to think that I put myself in the way of stuff that I perhaps shouldn't do. But since I've become a mum, I do sit there now and I think, because I've got a strong sense of right and wrong, and I don't like to see people doing what's, you know, criminally wrong and all the rest of it. But then there is a small part of me now that goes, actually, Michelle, you've got a little boy. So, yes, you can rescue that pack of cathedrals sitting in your local Tesco, but you might not get home to your son as a result if you get stabbed. And I think that this is in people's minds now because people seem to be, anyway, getting more and more violent. They seem to be, no qualms at all about pulling out a knife and stabbing you. And if, on the flip side, you do decide, actually, I'm not having this, I'm going to get hold of him, if you dare touch somebody in the wrong way, within 2 minutes, they're running off to whoever it is, saying that they've been assaulted by you.
Exactly. And so those sort of, what I call pathetic assault laws, frankly, need reassessing. Because if you're committing a crime, if it's on video, it's clear as day, then frankly, you're going to suffer the consequences. And here's the point about knife crime. Again, one strike and you should be taken away for 4 or 5 years, locked up. And guess what?
Prisons are full. Prisons are full as it is.
Build some more detention centres. The people want knife crime stopped. And that's frankly, a feeble excuse for not getting people who carry knives off the streets.
Well, that's the point that Mel's making as well, that prisons are indeed full. Mark says, again, Michelle, you would interrupt someone, you'd hurt someone, you'd stop them, and then you yourself would end up in prison. Again, I hear you. Lots of people saying that if they were security guards, would they want to get involved? Because ultimately you could then lose your
You
job.
wouldn't, if you're doing it under the powers of citizen's arrest, which you're allowed to do under, I think it's Section 3 of the 1967 Criminal Law Act, frankly, that should be broadened. Why not make it, a positive part of community action? You're going to stop these tow rags ruining people's societies, causing antisocial behaviour. I think the country would love it, frankly.
Do you?
Yes.
Do you share that enthusiasm?
No, and I think you've really answered why, which is the public, which are ordinary folk like us, are not always trained to judge risk. We're certainly not trained in how to kind of wrestle someone to the ground. And as you said, anyone who's got someone we love, which is, all of us, they'd think, would we want to put ourselves in harm's way? So I would like to think I'd do something about it, but it's entirely reasonable. People do have that moment of hesitation saying, I'm a single parent, what if I get a knife somewhere nasty?